Let's get into it. Episode 629, Soul Not For Sale podcast. We got Joe Rogan, Alex Berenson, and they're talking about Trump, what's going to happen if he wins, what's going to happen come election time. And then Joe Rogan asks a very interesting question. Let's say interesting. All the respect in the world for the guy. Let's just say an interesting question. Here, fill in the blank. Would we be better off if... You fill in the blank there. Would we be better off if... Okay. Would we be better off if Hilary Clinton won the election? Hey! No. No. Of course not. But hear him out as they start expanding on this thought. And then I'll give my thoughts on that. It has to do with the word I just said, no, but I'll go deeper into it. What I think would have happened if she won the election, how high that body count would have got. But before I do all that, I got to bring you to the store. The We the People shirt. This is the newest design we have at the Soul Not For Sale clothing store, available at IamCoachColin.com. This gentleman's saying we will own nothing and be happy. And we the people are telling him, middle finger until the end of time to your whole, we will own nothing and be happy. Okay. Get that one. And we also have the certified pure blood shirt for those of you that survived the pandemic, unscathed, untainted, unwavering. Good job. Keep at it. Stay strong. Do not let your mind be pierced by the mainstream media machine. They are trying every single day in every single way. And we have the Public Enemy #1 shirt. Yes, this gentleman, Google the World Economic Forum, Google Agenda 2030. You'll understand quickly why this gentleman is Public Enemy #1 and the plans that he has for society. If you really dig deep into the plans he has for society, it's like... People always joke. It's like, yo, he's like a villain. It's like, no, he's literally like a James Bond villain that is being portrayed on The Simpsons. Like, it's just wild, the things he thinks should happen. I saw a quote from him saying, maybe we won't have elections, but not because communism or anything like that. No, not because of dictatorships. We may not have elections because all of us will have brain implants and there'll be no need for an election because we'll all already know what each other are thinking and how the vote will turn out. Oh my God. If a homeless person was screaming that on the side of the road, you'd be like, what a crazy man to say such a thing. And then it's Klaus Schwab and a whole crowd of billionaires are just like, yeah, I think so. Anyways, you can get all of that at IamCoachColin.com. And if you want 10% off of anything you just saw, all you got to do is put in the discount code IamCoachColin. That's all capital letters. That's all one word. There's one L in the name Colin, and that gets you 10% off on us. If you've done that with us already, thank you so much. It means the world to us. You have no idea. Can't stress that enough. Now let's get into... I caught him in a good face there. This guy's face is so expressive. Let's get into this clip. Let's go.
About it for so long.
When you worked at the New York Times, what year was this?
This was 99 through 2010 I worked there.
Could you ever imagine that journalism would be where it's at now?
No.
Now, as a person who was there on the inside of the Great Lady, like, what was it? Did you notice a shift while you were there?
There was a slight shift. Look, I was a business reporter, okay? I was an investigative business reporter. They never told me don't write about this or do write about this. Sometimes they told me do write about this, but they never told me, don't do this. It might offend, the Democratic Party or whatever. That's not how it worked. And I remember going to Iraq for the paper and coming back, and some guy saying to me, I was in Las Vegas actually in 2003, and some guy, I think I was getting my shoes shined. The guy next to me getting his shoes shined said, oh, it must be hard to work for the New York Times when they tell you to make things up. And I said, I was in Iraq and I put my life on the line for that place and to get to the truth. You don't know what you're talking about. And so that was really a responsibility and a trust that I felt to try to get to the truth.
But people were always cynical even back then.
Oh yeah, they were cynical, but they were more wrong than what happened was that Trump got elected. Okay, Trump got elected and it broke the American media because they couldn't believe.
Hold on, I just gotta say real quick. Listen, this guy wasn't working back in the 40s. Okay, the New York Times. Listen, allegedly. Okay, with what we know about now in terms of the intelligence agencies being connected, giving talking points, sending emails, saying maybe not talk about this. Some misinformation's coming from here. To think that this gentleman wasn't around anybody, especially hearing what Tucker Carlson has to say, to think that this gentleman wasn't around anybody that was making stuff up or at least taking talking points from outside agencies is absolutely ludicrous. But again, in the words of Tucker Carlson, and this is exactly what this gentleman's experiencing, when you're in the water, you can't feel the wetness. You can't feel it. That's exactly what Tucker was talking about. He was in Washington and he just couldn't see the corruption. He couldn't see it all. You know, he didn't know it was as bad as it was until he left and looked from the outside. And that's exactly what's happening with this gentleman now. Hopefully he wakes up to that, because he actually thinks that, like, oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you weren't making stuff up. But he also just said that sometimes they would tell him what to talk about. And you know what I mean? I just had to throw that in there because some journalists are just delusional.
That the United States elected this guy instead of Hillary Clinton. They all wanted Hillary Clinton, certainly, and especially younger female reporters at the paper.
And she was also projected to win the entire thing.
That's right. So it was like, I don't know if I said this to you some previous time I was here, but there's this famous Onion headline I'll never forget from 2015. Hillary Clinton tells Nation not to fuck it up for her. And that's how it felt, right? Like I'm going to be elected whether you want me to be or not, right?
Do you think we would have been better off as a culture if she got elected?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Like, do you think that the separation, the polarization of the right and the left wouldn't have been so bad if she won? Because she was projected to win.
This stuff was happening anyway.
Right, but I wonder if that was because Trump is such a polarizing figure that I think that was the tipping point.
Yeah, maybe we would. I don't know, but she didn't win. He won, right? And the media.
Not if you listen to some interviews.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They all said he was illegitimate.
That's right. But
Russia hacked our elections.
That's right.
Remember that?
I do remember that.
That used to be okay to say.
But the media hated him.
Yeah.
And he used their hate, and their hate got worse and worse, and they became openly partisan in a way they hadn't been in, I don't know, in 100 years.
Yeah.
So
it was weird.
It's weird.
It's weird, and it doesn't seem like it's ever going to bounce back. And if he wins again, Jesus Louises, what is going to happen?
I don't know what's going to happen next year. I mean, he could be in prison. There's a real chance he could be in prison and win. I don't know what that looks like.
Bananas. If he goes to jail for the crimes that they're accusing him of, how long are we talking about for this?
Well, the Georgia stuff, he could do 20 years.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean,
imagine he's covered. He's covered in the country from his cell block. Would they allow him to have like access to phones and shit?
Oh, I think he'd have to be the president. I mean, I think there'd be enormous pressure to let him out under those circumstances.
And then put him back in once he gets out.
That's a great question. I mean, it's unthinkable. Now, the federal stuff he could pardon himself for. It seems pretty clear.
He can pardon himself?
There's a debate about this, but he could also direct the Justice Department to drop the prosecutions. But the state stuff he can't. Right. State stuff he doesn't control. So it's crazy. And I've increasingly concluded that it was a huge mistake to indict him. They should have presented the information because this is a political issue, not a legal issue. The political issue is, does the country want him as president? If it wants him as president, it'd be different. Okay, if you said he murdered somebody or he committed espionage, this is all. I mean, nobody really is accusing him of crimes like that. So the idea that he might be in jail and the country might have to vote in an election where one of the candidates is in prison is crazy.
I was listening to a conversation that Dennis Prager had, and I forget who he was talking to. Oh, David Pakman, and they're having a conversation about the election. And one of the things that Prager said that I thought was really interesting, like, if you knew that Hitler was an incredibly evil person, and you knew that you could stop this person from getting into power by manipulating the election, it would be your moral imperative to do so. And that a lot of people viewed Trump like that.
That's right.
That's a real thing. And I think they do right now. Like, if the will of the people is that he becomes president, the rest of the people that don't agree with that will go into a fucking fury. A fury.
Yes.
If he becomes president again, like, God, what is going to happen?
No, it'll be terrible. But if he's in jail and can't campaign, his supporters are going to think, it's terrible.
Yeah.
They're going to think it's unfair that way.
The whole thing from top to bottom is just fucking bonkers. It's bonkers.
And
all the scenarios are bonkers. President Kamala.
I can't stand him. And people, I lose Substack views whenever I say it, but I don't like Donald Trump. But I do think that the way the left is behaving towards him is not wise.
Yeah, it's like telling somebody to shut the fuck up. You ever tell someone to shut the fuck up? They don't want to shut the fuck up. The only reason why they shut the fuck up or you don't shut the fuck up is like a threat of violence.
That's right.
Or if they realize they really fucked up and they just like take a moment of reflection. But most of the time, you tell people to shut the fuck up, they're like, you shut the fuck up.
That's right.
They get mad. It doesn't work. It's like when you think you can just hit somebody because you saw it in a movie. No, they're going to hit you back.
That's right.
They might beat the fuck out of you. They might wait for you after school one day and kick your ass. They're not going to just take it. Like people don't just, and when you do something like that, where you just try to silence your opponent and try to jail your opponent on what some people think are trumped up charges, no pun intended, that makes people furious. It emboldens and empowers the other side, unfortunately. That's just how it goes. It's like what we're talking about, the DEI stuff. Yep. It's like you force stuff down people's throats and they get angry at it. Like, this is the fuck out of here with this.
Yep. Make people
get angry. They go, and it emboldens them, and it enforces their idea that other people are out to get them. And that's real dangerous. It's real dangerous when we think like that. It's real dangerous, and we got to be very careful. We got to be very careful about that because we don't want a fucking civil war. And I just think we're almost like at this point where there's parts of one side that hate parts of the other side so much.
Both sides, it's true of.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I didn't pick a left or a right. Yeah. It's like it's both sides. It's like there's evil on the right, there's evil on the left. It's just humans. It's humans in groups. You get enough of us together in a group, certain percentage are just going to be fucking assholes.
So what do you think is going to happen? A year from now, 1 year from now, we'll be right up to the election.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm not happy. It's like, I don't know.
Not happy. I'm happy. I actually am happy. I don't think it's gonna be as bad as people think. Either way. And I know what I want. I would love to see either Trump or RFK in office, right? But if that doesn't happen, I don't think it'll be bad because the government will have somebody who shouldn't be in power. That will be bad. But I don't think it will be every single city is gonna burn down bad. I don't think it'll be like that. I think people are mad, but they're not that mad. I think people will be mad, but they won't be that mad. Every single time a president is elected, people are mad. Every single time. There's never a time where everybody's like, oh, this is great, perfect. Never. Not with JFK, not with Lincoln, not with nobody. George Washington might be the only one, but then there was a whole other bunch of people that were really upset about him, right? So there's never been anybody who just made everybody happy. That's not how it works, right? So I don't think it'll be that bad where it goes into some kind of civil war. I think I don't know. It also depends, God forbid, straight up. I'll say it. I don't care how biased it sounds. God forbid Biden's in office again. What are they going to do? That's the thing. What laws are they going to try and pass? What things are they going to try and make mandatory? How much more are they going to erode the system? To what extent? They can start poking at the Constitution more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you start doing stuff like that, Joe could be right. Joe's fears could be founded, but Trump from prison, if he's elected in prison, I think he'd be directly out of prison. I wish I was the prison guard because I would just let him go. I'd be like, sir, I'm not keeping you in. Like, I wish I was in charge of that Atlanta. I would be like, you're not staying in here. Nah, you're not staying. You do house arrest. Yeah, you go wherever. If he was elected, I'd be like, you're done. Everything's done. Like, we're not holding him. We're not doing this. We're not going against the entire country. We're not doing this. We're one state. We're one department. We're not going against the whole United States. We're not doing that. I don't care. I don't care how many rainbow-haired people get upset. Let him go. Get him out of here. Like, obviously, And the guy who actually processed Trump's mugshot, the guy, I think he was the head of that department, I want to say, he actually said he didn't like the fact that he had to do that to Trump. He actually was heartbroken. He said it was a heartbreaking thing to have to do. So I think that gentleman would come around real quick. Fanny's the one that is making it happen. Amazing that it's a lady named Fanny, but she's the one that's making all this happen. I think the people of that department actually don't feel. I think they feel just like the people in the streets. When he was going into Atlanta, there were people cheering. There are all sorts of people cheering for him. I think the people in the departments, I think they feel exactly the same way. But this one Fanny lady, yeah, I'm not even gonna call her by her last name, Fanny. But when we go back to the question at hand, Hillary Clinton, if Hillary won, body count would be at 600 by month 3 in office, for sure. War, for sure war, all sorts of war. We'd still be in this situation, Ukraine, for sure, if not worse. We would definitely, there'd be way more money being sent. It'd be at like 300 billion. There'd be all sorts of craziness. Like what? Here's the thing. I'll just say it like this. Whatever is eroding the country, whatever is allowing all of these odd things to happen all together that's making the country worse and worse, she would have accelerated that process by 1,000. That's what I think. And God forbid she was around during a pandemic. Oh my God. It would have been terrible. Camps. That's all I'll say. Camps. For sure. Not the person. I'm so glad she didn't get elected. You guys are crazy. Talking about, oh, Trump's is so polarizing, it's just like the media and this and that. It's like, man, that stuff was happening anyway. The only reason everything got the way it got when Trump came in office is because he was the unacceptable candidate. It seems like, I'm sure people know this, it seems like people are selected to go into office. By the way everybody reacted, it seemed like he was not one of the selected people. It seemed like he was a guy who's just like, how much to run? 400 million? 500? Okay. I could do that. Can you run the businesses? I have kids. Yeah. They'll run the businesses. Yeah, I'm going to do this. There's not many people in the world that could do that. And then also have the chops and the charisma to actually go and stand in front of millions of people, stand in front of high-level politicians. There's not many people that could do that. He was not the one that they wanted. They, not the people, they, whatever's working in the background as well, all of them were like, this shouldn't be happening. That's why it got to the way it was. Has nothing to do with like culture, like would it be better for her culturally? No. Because Trump woke up so many people. Hillary would have just had everybody in the same mindset. Well, this is how it goes. First woman, I guess this is great. I'm black. First black guy wasn't all that good. I have to be honest. He spoke well. It was fun. It was fun seeing him. Nice suits, all that stuff. He spoke real well. Funny at times. That's great. Didn't work out so well for the people. A lot of black people were just like, same old. A lot of black people thought it was going to be like a revolution for them. Like somebody was going to come down from the heavens and be like, all right, I'm bringing you guys out of the squalor. None of that happened. None of that. So Hillary comes in, it would have been the same thing. Women would have been like, oh, we're going to get more rights. She would have been like, no, I have people behind me. They're telling me to do things. I'm just going to do the things they tell me to do. And it seems like Trump was not doing that. He would not do the things that a president is usually told to do, which is why Chuck Schumer had to come out and say, because that was a message. If you ever see that video of Chuck Schumer, it's in the playlist called The Research. Go look at that video. He's sending him a message. That was a planned little thing. Like, oh, Trump just tweeted this, and she had it printed on a sheet of paper. He just tweeted it, and you had it sitting next to you. That was planned. That was a planned thing so he could send Trump a message in front of the entire world. That's what that was. That's exactly what that was. So any guy that's going at people that hard, better culturally. Because what does it seem like has been needed for the past, I don't know, 50 years, 40 years? A revolution. Some kind of revolution, whether it's a revolution of information, a revolution of the system of how it is right now politically. There was something that needed to happen to shake everybody awake. And this was it. And now there's more people awake than ever. There's more people thirsty for the truth than ever. Perfect. This is exactly what you want. You want this and more. So, God willing, this guy gets elected again. But that's my piece on that. And again, that body count would be so high, especially if you count other countries. Oh my gosh. I wasn't even thinking of other. When I said 500, I'm just thinking, you know what I mean? Just people around her. Oh man. Anyways, guys, if you haven't liked the video already, like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Hit that notification bell because it gets hard to keep up. We're making 1 to 3 videos a day. And other than that, I'm out.